straight.
There.
Okay. Now they can't see and I have to restart. Okay. Hi guys, sorry about that. I started thinking you guys could hear me, but I don't think you could, so I'm just going to start over again. My name is Emily. I don't know if some of you guys may have seen me before, do some Facebook Lives. I am going to be doing a bunch more this summer, so I'm excited to hopefully have a bunch of people joining in, leaving some comments, giving some recommendations of what you guys want to see. Just leave anything in the comment. I am here for you guys, so tell me what types of crafts you guys want to see on our Facebook Lives. Today, we're going to go over the new Studio Light products. We have the Grunge collection right in front of me here. These, I don't believe, are up on the website yet, but they will be soon. So I'm just going to flip the camera over so you guys can see what the products I'm talking about are. All right. So we have two big clear stamp packs. They come with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So they come with two different amount of stamps, but they're both kind of the same size of being filled up. So in this one, you've got some little, you've got a little sentiment that says, imagine, create, and love. And then you've got a little number thing at the bottom, which you could use for if you were creating like a ticket for like an admit one ticket. And then you also have like a ticket here, which you can add to a card. And they're all very grungy and distressed looking. So you can't make perfectly what these images are, but that's kind of the whole idea of it being grungy. And then here, you could actually fit the number down here in this space right here. Hopefully you guys can see. So you could also write something. You can really play with these however you'd like. And what's cool about this is some of these elements that are in this stamp set are actually in there's some like matching little, like you got triangles here for the masks. And it also matches some of the other stamps. I just saw one. I think I used it. But some of the stamps have the same sorts of elements, so you can use them with other stamp sets as well. So in this one's got a beautiful butterfly in the top. It says, think positive. It's got a big little detail thing here that you can add to your card. Got a little swirly pattern here, down at the bottom as well. Got the alphabet. And it looks like kind of a little like checklist almost, but it looks very like antique looking. So you could write in the space if you wanted to. It's just kind of there for like a little background piece. Next, I'm going to share the slimline stamps. So these are some of the bigger slimline stamps that we just got in. So they're all flowery and like butterfly kind of. So this one has roses on it. Got some big ones. You've got two little ones at the top. And then you've got some little details in the background. It looks like little bricks, little spots, and just other little flowery details kind of sticking out of the sides. And this actually says these beautiful flowers of love right here in the corner. It might be hard for you guys to see, but it's got tiny little writing there. And this is what the back looks like, just a little bit of inspiration. Oh, I probably should have showed the backs of the other two, but I'll get to that after. So that's that one. This one is a butterfly slimline stamp. So it's got a huge butterfly wing, just half the wing on this side in the middle. And you've got the alphabet, which also match this alphabet that I just showed. So they are matchy. And then you've got a little butterfly at the bottom. And you also have a butterfly at the top. So that is the butterfly one. And this is the back. There's a glare. Hopefully you guys can see it okay. And then the next one is another flower pattern. So this one's got smaller flowers compared to the other one I showed. So it's kind of a little bit more detailed. Got some smaller details in there. If you were really intricate and like to color intricate things, this would be something good for you. And you've got some in the background that you can't make out what it says, but it kind of just adds to the rustic vintage vibes. And you've got this old lettering, you guys can see. Here, there's some there. And then this is what the back looks like. I love the way that they colored these with the blend of different colors, the purples and the blues. And then the back, it looks like an old piece of newspaper or something. And then the last big one is another flower one. They really love their flowers for spring. This one has a big stem coming up halfway through, and then you've got a big flower here at the top. And then you've got some little circle elements down here. And this one actually doesn't have any writing on it. And then this is the inspiration that they give. Very pretty. So these all kind of go together as well. I'm going to show you the backs of the other two because I forgot to show that. So this is the one that I showed earlier. It's just got a bunch of different little elements that you can add anywhere to your card just for some extra decoration. There's the butterfly, positive, then the alphabet, and then this one's a big one here. All right, so we also have some smaller slim lines. I actually took one out already, but I will show you that because we will use it today in the live. So I'm going to show this one first. This one says love. So these are smaller. I'll show you the size comparison to the ones I just showed. I'd say they're about like half the size. This is what they kind of look like over top of each other. But yeah, so these are smaller. You can add these to just any card size because of the size. They've got flowers. They've got some flowers at the bottom, and then some rustic details in the back, just some lines that are faded out to give that grunge look. And then this is the inspiration on the back. So the next one is another flower one. This one is quite similar, but it has numbers on it. The other one didn't have much writing on it at all. So this has got a big flower here and at the top, and then it's got some little leaves sticking out of the sides. Color those green, and then the flowers pink or something, and it'd really pop like that. And then this is the next one. This is another flower one, but it actually has a dragonfly on it at the top. Hopefully you guys can see. Yeah, it's got a dragonfly. And then some flowers and some little textured elements in the back. You've got like lines and checkers, and you've got some circles. And then this one has a little saying at the top as well. This one says, "Fly free like a dragonfly, high in the sky, so free as can fly." Pretty cute. And then this is the back. And then this one I took out already, but I will show you kind of what the, easier to do it this way. No, that's not easier. Okay, I'm just gonna put on a white piece of paper. There you go. So it's got a big flower. It's just one flower, this one. And it's got the stem coming all the way down and the little leaves sticking out. And you got the triangle elements that I was talking about that match the big pack of stamps. And this one actually says tulips on the side. And then it's got some other elements. It looks like there's like rocks breaking at the bottom kind of, and some elements in the back to give it a grunge look. And then this is the inspiration that they gave us. All right, so that's all for the stamps. Now I'm going to show you guys the masks that we have. I'm going to show my favorite one first because I already took it out. This is a flower pattern. This is also part of the Grunge collection. I did just use this, and it was so easy to use. When I was going over top of it quite rough, none of the things were picking up or lifting, which is good because it makes your design a lot nicer and neater. And then that's what the back looks like. And then the next one, this is another great background piece. So this is just a bunch of like shapes, triangles, lines. This is just something I would use as a background piece because it doesn't really have that much detail in it. And then that's what that looks like. And then the last one, this one's a bit different because it's got different patterns kind of all over. So this has the alphabet at the bottom, just like the stamp set had that I showed earlier. It's basically identical, just in a mask form instead of stamp. And then you've got like a little splatter coming out in the top corner here. Looks like little bricks, a brick wall, some little X elements, and then kind of like fencing at the top. That's what it looks like. It's also nice because if you look, the sides of it aren't like this. You can see the difference. So if you're doing a card, you could actually use just the side for the mask, and it'll give a cooler effect as opposed to just a straight line. And that's the same thing on this mask as well. Next, I'm going to show you the die. I actually took this apart, but I'm going to show you guys the individual pieces just so you guys can see. So this is the big piece. I'll show you what the pieces look like that cut out from them. So I haven't poked out all the pieces yet, as you can see, but they fall out very easily. I just like run my fingers over it and you can see they're falling out. So this is what this piece looks like. It's very rustic in grunge. So this is the background piece. And a great thing about this die set is you can use it interchangeably. So the next piece is, looks like this. It's just a rough edge. It's got a straight top and bottom edge. It's just the sides that are rough. And this actually goes on top like this. And then the next piece is a little bit smaller. Oh, there it is. So this one is very similar to the one I just showed, just a smaller piece, so it fits inside a little bit. And these pieces actually match up the edges. I don't know if you guys can really see because it's white on white, but the grooves all line up together, which is nice. And then that just goes on top like that. And this could be your slimline card as is right now, or you could keep building on with the other dies that also come in a set. So the next one is kind of like a gift tag looking card, and we could also make an envelope out of this. So when that is cut out, it looks like this, and it cuts a hole out for you as well, which is nice. And this one does have the rough edges all over. It doesn't have any straight lines or straight edges. And then this one goes on top as well, fits in smaller. And then the next one is similar, just a little bit smaller. Just stick that there. So that's what that looks like. It's got the top kind of cut out, so it goes underneath. Kind of gets oops, I had that backwards. A little bit more definition when you build them on top of each other. And these sides also line up, as you can see. And then we've got the top piece, which is, I don't know where that die went. I think I lost it. But that just goes on top as well. And you don't even have to, like, you can do it like that. You can do it like that. You can take just the one thing. It's very nice how you can interchange these. Just do the two. So I'm going to show you some inspiration of what we did. But there are three more pieces that come in this. There are two triangle pieces. They fit inside of each other. So one's smaller than the other. And then this is the circle pieces that cut out. And it's nice because it does have the connecting pieces, so you don't have to worry about losing the centerpiece, which I'm sure a lot of people worry about. So those are the dies. Next, I'm going to show some inspiration. So this is using just the background dies that I showed. It doesn't use these dies. So they're just using this. And they did black as the background so that the pink really popped out and the white. And then you, for the third piece, they just did a different color and really tried to fit as many colors as they could to really make these flowers pop. And then the next one is a little bit different. So this is not the same dies, but not the ones that I just showed actually, but have the same stamp elements. So you've got the flower that I showed, and you've got the background pieces from the large stamp sets to add some extra texture and detail in the background. You've got the brick looking things, lines. And then we have a butterfly example. So this is the larger slimline die that I showed, like that. So they just put it in the center and they made it like a normal, like a larger size card, but it doesn't have to be a slimline, as you can see. And they just added some extra details on the side. They have the Imagine, and then they just colored in the. And then this is one that I just did. It's very sparkly. It's not really done drying, but this is one that I did. I used tape just to connect the 3 bottom pieces and the 3 top pieces. And then to connect these 2 together, I used foam tabs. So you could actually stick something inside. I don't have anything to stick inside. You can put things in behind here if you wanted to. And then you could also use the back of the card as a card as well. So that's just one idea. And now I'm actually going to kind of build something so you guys can see some different ideas. And you guys can see how the stamp and the mask work as well. So I kind of do want to do a similar look. I showed you guys, I love these 2 a lot. These are really pretty. I'm going to use the VersaFine Clair ink pads. And I'm going to use, I think, purple. I'm feeling purple today. So this is the VersaFine Clair ink pad I'm using. I'm going to start with the back piece, and I'm going to make this piece the darkest piece so that the other pieces that come forward are a bit more vibrant and pop more. So I'm going to use my ergonomic blending brush to blend the color onto this white piece of paper. Get some on there. I'm just going to start in the corner. And why I love using this brush is because it gives the grunge look with the little lines that it leaves, and it's not perfect, which is kind of what I'm going for. You don't have to worry about the inside of the card because that's going to get hidden from the other layers that I'm adding on top. And I just like to make the ends just extra dark and then kind of lighter inner towards the center, so it gives it a bit more definition as well. And then something else I like to do is get a lot on here and just kind of stamp it. So you can see that it leaves just like a different kind of texture on the card. And I like to do that in the corner. Just so it all looks different. You don't want it to look too perfect, especially on a grunge card. So that's done for now. Now I'm going to do the next layer, and I'm actually going to do this one a little bit lighter. So I'm going to get a kind of pinky color, and I'm actually going to kind of blend the 2 together so they kind of match. And then just making sure that this is staying lighter than the other one. You don't want it too dark because then it'll just kind of blend in with the back piece. You don't want that, otherwise won't pop. And I actually think I might, yeah, I'm gonna do a different card than this one that I just did. So that, let's see. Yep, that pops. And now the next one, I'm gonna make sure I do even layer. But what I wanna do is use one of the slimline stamps. I think I'm gonna use the one that I already opened. Have it upside down, but that's okay. And just do it up with a piece of paper. Ooh. Actually, maybe I want to use a bigger one. I think I changed my mind. I think I'm going to use what one? We'll use this one. Because it's bigger, it'll fill more of this piece of paper up. Oh yeah, that's better. All right, so once that's lined up, this actually fits on perfectly, as you guys can see. I'm going to do this and just ever so tightly in the corner so that my stamp will work. Just put it really tight to the corner. And now I'm going to use maybe I'll use, I don't know if I want to use brown or black. Let's do brown. We'll mix them actually. We'll do some brown and some purple in this. That's the fun thing about these VersaFine Clair ink pads is that you can blend the colors and they actually look really nice together. You can also create shadow effects with these. You got a blend of colors there. All right, I think that is wet enough. Let me add just a little bit of a third color. Love color. All right, so I'm gonna stick that on, make sure that's lined up. Yep, and just push. Make sure it's all evenly pushed down so you don't miss any spots. Up and oh yeah, I did miss some. Let me do that again. Need to apply more ink in the corner. I actually want to add a little bit more brown as well because it's looking very dark and purple. I wanted a bit more brown. Hopefully I've got enough ink on that now. That should line up, I think. That goes down. There we go. I think I'm using the wrong stamp press for this because the doesn't go all the way down because of the border. That's okay. It still looks good. But it does work. It's just the stamp press that I used. The Studio Light stamp press I would recommend using for these stamps. The new ones, they work good. All right. So what I think I want to do is add some color to not where the flowers are, just to kind of give it a more rustic look. And I also want to make the flowers pop out. So I'm going to use a smaller ergonomic brush. And I'm going to take some of this yellowy brown. It's a golden meadow from the VersaFine Clair. And I'm going to blend that into the background ever so lightly because I don't want it to be too bright. So I'm just going to try and like make this look like newspaper almost because that's what the background looks like with the old writing. And then just kind of blend it wherever. You can also mix colors. I might do that too with some brown. Add some brown in. It's looking a bit too yellow. It doesn't have to be perfect either because it is a grunge card. And just do it messily and make it look nice still. And that. I love these VersaFine Clear ink pads. They're so pigmented. And they blend so easily with these brushes. Same with the Distressed Oxides. Those are good ones to use for the grunge cards as well. And with the ergonomic brushes from Tim Holtz. And I believe these brushes are on the website. If not, we will be getting more in eventually, but these brushes are amazing. So easy to use. All right, so hopefully you guys can see that I colored in the background a bit, tried to avoid the flowers. It's actually not showing up as good on camera. It looks better, trust me. So I'm actually gonna use some alcohol ink markers, and I'm going to try and match up the colors of the purple and color in the flowers. So I'm going to start with this purple. It's just called purple. And I'm just going to not do it so neat. I'm going to messily color these in. And I think I want to start lighter on the inside. I'm changing my mind as I'm doing this. Isn't that how crafting always goes, though? You think you want one thing and then change your mind. So I'm just going to do the center. It's actually darker than I thought it would be. Center. I'm going to do them all different. And then after the center, blend the darker color onto the edges. Hopefully it's not too dark. It's a little bit dark, but that's okay. Let's do some other colors for other flowers. And then once you've got the color put down, you can use the clear alcohol ink marker to blend the color better. Don't have any harsh lines. And just keep doing that. You can also add the watercolor on top again after to try and lighten it. If you went too dark, add some back in, blend it. And then I'm going to find a lighter purple than what I just used. And I'm going to put that in the center, wrong end. Put that in the center here. And then maybe I'll use another. I'm just using all the colors. All right, so, oh, that's a pretty one. I like this color. So I'm just going to do it messily still. And then I think I'm going to blend it with black. Pretty color. I find it easier to blend the colors using lighter color after you've applied the darker color as well, just because the colors bleed into each other nicer. If you don't have the clear blending marker, you can just easily blend it with the lighter color. And then you can see that the inside is lighter than the outside. And then we'll do that over here as well. We'll do a big one. And I'm trying to do it a little bit messy so it matches, because I didn't do a great job with the ink in the background. I've kind of colored all the flowers, but it's okay. You won't know. And then blend. And then let's see what color. This one might be a little dark, but that's okay. It's pretty. All right. I'm probably not going to finish all the flowers, but I'm just going to do it so you guys can kind of see what you can do, some ideas. Color in the whole thing the same color. Oh well, it'll look good. And then I'm going to blend in the center again. And then blend in the other center. And then I'm going going to do this one. Actually, no, I just use that color. And there we go. All right. Looking good. If you guys have any recommendations for any products that you guys saw on the website that you would like a little demo of or card tutorial for some inspiration, just let us know, because we would love to show you guys the products better, because I know sometimes on the website it's hard to tell what they really look like. So if you ever want to know, just ask in the comments and I can do a live for you guys to show you guys all the products better. Right, I'm almost done. There we go. Okay, I'm just gonna finish it like that, leave it. It's kind of messy because I did it so fast. But what I'm gonna do is actually add some 3D foam pads so that it stands up a little bit and pops out from the back. So I'm gonna use my Hunky Dory foam pads. These are my favorites. And just stick them on the back. My workstation's getting really messy, but doesn't that happen to every crafter when you're making cards? Right, so I'm just gonna center this. Very nice. And I actually love how the yellow in the background looks. You can't really tell, but it looks really good. The yellow and the brown mixed in together. And then add some more foam pads over here. Actually, one thing I might do is add some shimmer because I love sparkles. So this is the from Aladdin, the Violet Shiny Spray. Is it? And it is pearly. So I used that on this card and I really loved it. So I'm going to do it again on the background of the card, not on the front piece. So you have to shake it first because you want to get all the sparkles mixed in. And then from further away, or however close up, spray it. And it does add to the distressed look as well, which I like because of the spray texture. As you can see, got some splatters on there. And then I'm going to add this piece on top. All right, and there you have it. Should have done a better job coloring the flowers. I definitely did really bad on that, but that's okay. Everything else looks good. But here is the final card. And then you also could use the slimline dies on these as well. And this smaller slimline die actually works quite well on the front. Maybe stamp it so you guys can just see how nice this looks. I'm going to draw a bigger one. But the good thing is, oh, I'm making a mess on the white, but you use this, just this as a card, which is nice and fun. Actually, maybe I will get some color transferred that I just made a mess of. Now that's a grunge card, I must say. And then I'm going to add my slimline die. Take the old one off. And then I'm just going to stamp it so you guys can see what this looks like. I'm not getting it very centered. I need to do a better job at this. Hold on. Let me center it better. Okay. Try that. There we go. That's better. Yeah, didn't use the right stamp press, but that's okay. But yes, it's very, very grungy looking, which is nice. So these are all very interchangeable. I'm just going to flip us back to the front camera. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Hopefully you guys had some fun and got to get some inspiration from me. Again, if you have any recommendations for things you guys want to see, just leave them in the comment section and I'll do some lives for you guys of the products you guys are interested in. Thanks again for joining us. I'll see you guys soon and have a good day.